Good evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Forest areas of the outskirts of Kathmandu Valley considered the protective layer being encroached, arable land turning into concrete jungle, water sources drying up, environment cycles being affected. Political leadership blaming the electoral system to hide their mistakes. Law proposed to correct wrong practices during elections stranded for the past 10 months. Government regains ownership of 10 rupees land of Basbari leather and shoe factory previously registered under Champion Footwear. Terms previous transfer of ownership illegal. And help Nepal to take on Tribhuvan Army in the grand finale of the men's category of NBA Volleyball Championship. Gandaki and police crash out of the semi-final round. The government has transferred 10 rupees land registered under the name of Champion Footwear from Basbari Leather and Shoe Factory under its ownership. Identifying irregularities, the government has not transferred the land under its name. Minister for Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation, Balaram Adhikari, organized a press conference at the ministry where he informed that the 10 rupees land of Basbari had been brought under the government ownership. The decision to return the land under the government ownership was taken after it was found that the government land was registered under the name of the factory without the decision of the Council of Ministers and related ministry and departments. 10 rupees government land was registered under the name of Basbari Leather and Shoe Factory and then the Champion Footwear 36 years ago. Office of Land Revenue had initiated procedures for the return of 10 rupees of land in Basbari under the government ownership in the second week of February. Back then, a 21-day notice was issued in the name of Champion Footwear. The notice had asked the entity to exhibit the proof of claim of ownership of the land. It has been understood that the footwear failed to furnish evidence for its claim and coordinated for the return of the land. Prior to this, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Ravi Lamechhane had directed for the return of the land under government ownership. He had also directed the Home Secretary and Chief of Police to investigate Nepali Congress parliamentarian and industrialist Binod Chaudhary for his alleged involvement in the land grab scam. Based on the directive of the Home Minister, Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police had recorded Chaudhary's statement yesterday. Parliamentarian Chaudhary's brother and chairperson and managing director of CG Holdings, Arun Chaudhary, was arrested on 1st of February for irregularities regarding the government land. Erstwhile chairperson of Basbari Leather and Shoe Company Limited, Ajit Narayan Singh Thapa, and chairperson of the Operators Committee, Sanjay Thakur, had also been arrested. Former Speaker and CPN Maoist Center Deputy Chairperson Krishna Bahadur Mahra, who was arrested for his alleged involvement in the gold smuggling case, has been released on condition that he appears when summoned. Following conclusion of recording of statements in presence of the representatives of the Government Attorney Office, Mahra was released in the presence of his elder son, Nirmal Mahra. Despite his release, investigations on his involvement in the gold smuggling case are underway. Mahra, arrested in Pakadi of Kapilvastu district, was flown to Kathmandu from Bhairawa Airport for investigation and later remanded to 4 days in custody by the Kathmandu District Court. Citing his health condition, the court has allowed him to remain in hospital during the custody period and subsequently he was admitted to Norvik Hospital in Thapathali. The trend of people arriving to the Kathmandu Valley from several parts of the country and settling here has increased in recent time. Considering such a demand for land, plotting has increased in several parts of Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur. Such plottings have been seen even in the slopes of the hills and by burying deep spaces. Around 1,144 rupees of land has been plotted in Changunarayan and Suryabinayak municipalities of Bhaktapur without approval. Scenes of flattening land by using heavy equipment vehicles have become a normal sight in Bhaktapur. Permit from Valley Development Authority is mandatory for plotting of land by such means. But the authority has claimed that plotting has increased by simply receiving the permit for flattening of uneven surfaces. According to the authority, plotting is underway in 92 places, including 80 parts of Changunarayan municipality, 11 in Suryavinayak and 1 in Madhyapur without any approval. While permit has not been received, even the basic criteria has not been followed. Those involved in plotting of land and real estate businesses have been receiving approvals from local levels instead of the authority. However, the local levels have claimed that they have issued approvals only for flattening of the surface and not for plotting purpose. As the cost of plotted land is high, forests and public land are also being encroached for this purpose. And despite the public land being encroached, the regulating departments have not taken any action. Instead of taking stock of the encroached land, they have been shying away from their responsibilities by simply corresponding with the local levels. With the increasing plotting and construction of houses, arable land of Bhaktapur is being filled with concrete buildings. If this trend is to continue, Bhaktapur, which is rich in history and culture, could one day lose its identity. Outskirts of Kathmandu had been playing a significant role in conservation of the environment of the valley. However, with increasing human settlements, forest areas are being encroached while water resources are also drying up. Smoke from vehicles and factories along with dust particles are seen covering the valley sky throughout the calendar. If the forest areas of the Kathmandu valley are to be encroached further, the valley will no longer be suitable for human settlement. Local residents of Champi in Lalitpur, who have long witnessed the rapid urbanization and increase in human settlement in the Kathmandu valley, are growing concerned. They have witnessed the rapid decline in agricultural fields of the valley because of human encroachment, as settlements are now spreading even in the forest areas of the valley outskirts. Illegal extraction of gravel, sand and soil are also destroying the hills of the valley. Of the total 41,361 hectares of Kathmandu, forest area has now been limited to only 36.58%. Even this area is being used for commercial purpose, as more than 109 hectares has been provided to organizations, 189 hectares for religious purpose, and 16 hectares is at risk of being encroached. Despite being allocated for commercial purpose, many entities have not paid the due fees. Division Forest Office does not even have any data on the encroachment. The plight is also shared by Lalitpur and Bhaktapur. With the encroachment of the forests of the valley, direct impact is now being seen on the environment as well. Despite regular rainfall in recent time, the Kathmandu valley is yet to get rid of pollution. Water resources, including wells and stone taps, have also dried up. Experts are of the opinion that failure in protecting the natural resources of the valley could lead to major problems for human settlements. It is imperative to increase the forest area in the valley to curb the impact of encroachment of natural resources, for which strict policies and laws are required. In our public voice segment, we have asked in several provinces what should be done to protect water sources. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
उत्खनन यो नदी नालामा जुन भइराछ यो बालुवा गिटी यसलाई पनि सरकारले तुरन्त अवलम्ब रोक लगाउनु पर्छ।
पानीको स्रोतहरु मुहानहरु बचाउनलाई हामीले ठुलठुलो जुन बोर्डिङहरु गाडेर सिँचाइ गर्ने गर्छन् यो त्यसलाई एकदम कम मात्रामा गर्न पर्यो।
दीर्घकालीन सोच नबनाएर जुन विकास निर्माण भइरहेको छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यो भूमिगत पानी चाहिँ यताउति गर्न पाएको छैन।
क्लाइमेट चेन्जले पारेका असरहरू घटाउनु पर्छ। यसको अन्तिम विकल्प भनेको वृक्षारोपण र वनजङ्गलको संरक्षण नै हो।
खोलाको किनारमा कुलारको किनारमा वृक्षारोपण गर्यो भने पानीको समस्या हुन्छ।
बोट बिरुवा रोप्नु पर्यो, त्यसलाई संरक्षण पनि गर्नु पर्यो, आगलागी हुनबाट जोगाउनु पर्यो।
जताभावी फोहोर मैला गर्न भएन, जताभावी वस्तुभाउ छोड्न मिलेन, बेला-बेलामा वृक्षारोपण गर्नु पर्यो।
बोट बिरुवाहरू भएदेखि राम्रो मूलहरू नसुक्ने हुन्छ।
ड्याम बनाएर जुन पानीको कसरी हामीले व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्छ त्यसमा पनि लाग्नुपर्छ।
आकाशे पानी सङ्कलन विधि जडान गर्नुपर्छ र सही उपयोग गर्नुपर्छ।
बर्खाको पानी जम्मा गर्ने पोखरीहरू निर्माण गरिदिनुपर्छ।
जति वन जङ्गल घना भयो त्यति पानी संरक्षण हुने।
सूर्यबाट पानी आउँछ त्यसलाई ड्याम बनाएर ठाउँ-ठाउँमा रोक्नुपर्छ।
Prime Minister Pushpakumar Dahal has met with CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli to discuss the government activities and the prospects of including CPN-UML in the Socialist Front. The meeting was held in the Prime Minister's office in Singhdarbar, and it also dwelt on the effectiveness of the House of Representatives and the implementation of the ruling coalition's resolution proposal. Earlier, the Socialist Front had held a meeting and dwelt on calling for participation of CPN-UML. Kosi Province Chief Minister Kedar Karki has claimed that the province government led by him could not be toppled by any entity in the next 2 years. Addressing a program organized at Jhorahat of Morang, Chief Minister Karki urged those considering toppling the province government to stop hatching the idea. Karki claimed that the province government could not be brought down even if former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and Prime Minister Pushpakumar Dahal became the Kosi Province governor. Following changes in the Central Alliance, CPN-UML has been urging Chief Minister Karki to furnish his resignation on moral grounds. However, the province government has been saying the exit of the government formed on the basis of sub-article 5 of Article 168 of the Constitution of Nepal would lead to mid-term election. Despite the change in central coalition, CPN Maya Center and CPN Unified Socialist have not quit the Koshi province government. Political parties have been identifying the electoral system as the cause of the political instability at meetings of the House of Representatives and internally. The electoral mechanism with inclusive proportionate representation was developed by the political parties as an achievement of lengthy protest. The political parties have not been able to ensure stability because of their own interests and power aspirations, but have been blaming the election system instead. Draft of the integrated election laws prepared by the Election Commission 10 months ago with the objective of ensuring sound management of elections and addressing political issues is now stranded at the Ministry of Home Affairs. Draft of the law prepared by the Commission aims to address the wrong practices seen during elections. The draft has proposed announcing dates for elections of all three tiers through laws and setting criteria for candidates. The Commission has proposed prohibiting those found guilty of corruption and those facing criminal cases from contesting the elections. These provisions would close doors for those involved in irregularities from entering the parliament. A provision prohibiting those losing election to contest during the term except for the by-election has also been included as a priority in the draft. Now, political parties will also require to field 33% women candidates while registering candidacies. The draft also proposes a single candidate not being fielded more than twice. The draft prepared by the Commission has also ensured the voting rights of Nepali nationals stationed abroad. The Commission has also proposed right to reject and concluding cases related to elections within 6 months from the court. The proposals include no disintegration of political parties for a period of 5 years and ensuring financial transparency of the political parties. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked, what is your take on the practice of transferring budget from one project to another? 8% were for A, lapses in project selection, 77% were for B, high-handedness of those with access to power, and 15% were for C, a way to spend the budget. And here is our today's question. Political parties have identified the electoral system as the cause of political instability. What is your opinion? Your options are A, correct analysis, B, politicians are the reason, and C, weak laws are the cause. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us.
Sports News.
Help Nepal Club and 3-1 Army are to face each other at the grand finale of the men's category of the NVA Women and Men Volleyball Championship. In the semi-final matches played today, Help Nepal saw off Gandaki province in straight sets, while 3-1 Army secured a win over departmental rivals Police. In the match played at the covered hall of the National Sports Council in Tripureshwar, Help Nepal secured a 25-19, 27-25 and 25-19 win over Gandaki province. Help Nepal have 3 Pakistani players in their squad. In another semi-final match played today, 3-1 Army edged past Police in a 5-set thriller. Police won the first set 25-18, but Army made a comeback in the second set with a 25-23 win. Police secured a 26-24 win in the third set, but failed to give continuity to the momentum in the fourth set, which was won by Army 25-13. Army then won the decisive fifth set 15-13 to secure their spot in the tournament decider. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.